Saturday morning in my morning stillness practice, I had a rare for me clear inner message. Most of my messages just come as a knowing, but this one came with like three clear words: be of service. And I've been sitting with it the past couple days, and I started going down some rabbit holes in terms of what that could mean. Because it didn't come through like maybe this is what I'm meant to do. This came through like this is what you are, how you are meant to show up. And right now to me, that looks like everything from, how I show up in the work I do, community building, to how I show up with my family, at a new role I'm taking on at my yoga studio tonight as a volunteer. And yeah, I'm just curious to find out all the other ways. But when I started thinking about it, one of the first things that came to mind was David Hawkins' map of consciousness. And the question that was there for me were, what are the frequencies that are connected to service? And so some of the ones that came up as I did a little digging are, willingness. So just an openness to doing what's needed. Joy. So when service becomes an effortless expression. And, I think about, in particular, this volunteer role that I'm taking on at the yoga studio. The teacher who leads that program is such a wonderful expression of just joyful service. She embodies it. I've never met anybody who like just is joyful service like she is. And that's that effortless expression of it. That is, one of those things that I feel really drawn to becoming. And then peace, obviously, kind of the focus of this whole channel and what I've been working towards the past 5.5 years is my primary governing value of peace. And how it was described is consciousness is expressing itself through whatever work is needed. And as it talked about the work that's needed, I thought about how that's expressed in yoga. Some of the things that show up in yoga, in the Yoga Sutras, are the principles of humility or allowing myself to be taught. That's something that I wasn't always open and coachable. I can remember very specifically when I started my company about 15, 16 years ago, that what was required and what we were teaching was the principle of coachability. And I would recognize how there were a lot of ways that I would show up that would say, how is this advice not for me, versus being open and really trying it on. And I've worked at that for 15 years, and I would say that I'm significantly more effective at showing up and being coachable and being humble and really allowing myself to be taught by those who are a few steps ahead. Other principle of surrender. So may this work that I'm about to do serve the highest good. I'm about to hop on a call in 45 minutes or so from now. And I am just holding beautiful possibility for this friend of mine, an entrepreneur who I've known for a good long time. And I just am here to be of service for the possibility of what his new business can become. Then self-study. This is a fascinating one to me. This was a correlation that Claude pulled out as I was going through the chat. So notice what triggers me during service, and see this as my teacher. So being of service is both giving and receiving. So there's the service that we give, like the work that I get to do. And then there's also, all the gifts that I receive back from it. I'm using this as my invitation to show up like this as I pursue opportunities of being of service. Starting this week, but I think this is a chapter that I'm stepping into that I'm really excited and looking forward to exploring.